So hi everybody, I'm here with DGS Games. I'm speaking with John, and we're going to talk about Freeblades a little bit. Do you mind just telling us a little bit about Freeblades and how it's played?
Absolutely. Freeblades is a 32mm fantasy skirmish game. You play it with 32mm miniatures. We make the miniatures, the rule book, and all the things that you need to play. Typically on each side 6 to 18 models. And that depends on how big your force is, how many points you and your opponent have agreed to play the game. Okay. Game takes about an hour and 15 minutes at the 150 point level, and the starter boxes that we sell are a legal 150 point free band, so you could buy a starter box and a rule book and begin playing right out of the box. Okay. You might choose later to add more models because you want to do it a little differently, but at least you've got a basis to work with. Right. The game is played in a series of turns. Each of your models activates. They have a number of different actions. Some have the ability to cast spells, some shoot ranged weapons. We try to emphasize two things and de-emphasize two things. We try to emphasize the hand-to-hand combat, and the scenarios have missions you're trying to accomplish. It's more adventure-based than combat, meaning these aren't military units. These are groups of adventurers. I'm trying to rescue the prisoner or get the gold or kill the beast, as opposed to just go kill all the other models until they're all dead. Right. So we try to emphasize the clash of the two sides and the talents in swordsmanship and combat, and the fact that you're an adventuring party more than you are, like a military force. And we de-emphasize a little bit shooting and magic so that they're sexy enough, but they're not overwhelming the game, dominating the game.
Great. Do you want to show us just like a sample, or how combat would take place?
Okay, a melee combat, sure. Yeah. So if we had a melee combat, all the games we make and are going to make are used at what we call the tiered dice system. Okay. A model is better at something the bigger its die it gets. There are other games out there like that. Our dice also explode. If you roll the highest number on the die, you keep rolling it until you stop and you add up what you get. And a critical success is 10 over what you need. And so a follower with a D6 attack isn't all that effective, but they still can kill the biggest model in the game. So there's some excitement there where we expect certain things to happen based on who the followers and the heroes are, and sometimes they outperform each other, in terms of that. So this model here, the Apprentice Knight of Vidnar, this guy with a two-handed sword, and these factions are all from our fantasy world background. Okay. And the rule book contains a summary of all the different factions, not just the 4 we sell, but all the ones that are coming.
So you just need one book and then
you know about them all. Okay. Yes, right. The details of the 4 that we are initially releasing here at Origins are all in the book also, in terms of building their forces. Building the forces for the other ones will come in later supplements. Okay. So if I go to attack, I know that he's got a melee, because I know the model. I know he's got a melee attack rating of D10. So I'm going to roll a D10, and I know that model's defense is a 5. And that's from their stat line. Okay. If we had the stat sheets out, we'd be looking at that. And so I need a 5 to hit him. Okay, that would be a hit. Okay. This model has the parry talent. He's got a melee attack rating of D10 also, and if he beats this die roll with his parry talent, he stopped the attack. Okay. If he gets a critical success, 10 over, not only does he stop it, he gets a free attack back. Okay, so he goes to parry, he's failed. So this model is hit. Then it's his weapon against this model's armor. Okay. This model's armor I know to be 5, and that model's weapon is a D10 greatsword. So he gets a 5 or better, he causes a life point loss. That would cause 1 wound. Okay. This model I know from its stat line has 3 wounds. 3 wounds and he'd be dead. Follower models like these have only 1 wound. Oh, wow. So a free band is essentially an adventuring party, a core of heroes, plus some followers that are tagging along. Okay. And how big the group is and what skills you put in is based on how you build your free band. Okay.
So you may, so with a larger point, so you were explaining, some of the models are followers, so they have less hit points and less stats. As you get a larger band, the number of higher stat models would increase as well? Yes. Or?
And what's very popular with our playtesters is the league system, where instead of just playing a one-off, where you and I play a game and whoever wins, wins, whoever loses, loses. At the end of the game, and there are other games out there like this, you can determine what kind of actions you've taken during the game, get you what kind of experience, and your models can increase their statistics.
Okay.
They can also die. And if they die, they leave your free band, but each scenario for league games shows you what kind of gold the winner and the loser get.
Okay.
And that gold can be used to recruit more models into your free band in later games in the league. So I could start a league game with a 150-point free band, play a scenario, and even if I lose it, get 15 gold and use that to recruit a new model into my free band, or save it and recruit a more expensive model after a couple more games after I've gotten some more gold into my treasure.
Interesting. So at Board Game Geek, not all of our readership, we definitely have people that like miniatures and those types of games, but a lot of what puts off, I think, some people from the miniatures is the amount that is needed to play. Do you feel this starter set of
we're very
six figures?
We're very sensitive to that.
So yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about
absolutely
that and how it fits that market.
Yep. We're all the guys that are members of DGS are all gamers, longtime gamers. And we're very keen on what's important to a gamer. We want to be a profitable company, but part of that is going to be because gamers like us, because they understand that we know what they're looking for. And we don't want to pay a lot of money to get into a game, okay? The rule book's $31.99, $32. Okay. One starter box is a legal 150-point free band, 6 or 7 models, depending on who it is. That's also $31.99, $32. So these two together is all you need to play the game, $64. Okay. Now, your opponent would also need one of these. Okay, and the starter box models, all their stats are D12 and less, and so you can play with dice you already own. I mean, we'll sell you the dice of 14s and 16s and 24s and whatever, but you can start the game and not have to go ahead and buy the specialty dice quite yet.
Right.
Okay. So if your buddy's got one of these, you've got one, you've got a rule book. The two of you together have spent $90 and you're playing the game.
Great. And so you can try it out and see if it works for you before you invest a larger amount of money.
Absolutely. And of course, here at Origins, you can come by our booth and get a demo and see if you like it, or we run a game at night by the Market Cafe where Gamer Chic is. They have those nice tables. We'll run a game on their table tonight at 8. People can buy and play it before they make a purchasing decision.
Great. So you say that there's 4 factions available now, and there's 4 more planned. Is that correct?
Well, there's 4 available now. There's 17 in the background. Okay. Now, 17 factions is a lot of factions for a starter game. We're not going to do that right away. So we're already working on book 2, 4 new factions in it, scheduled for next year. We have an idea of what we want to do after that, and we have all the factions in playtest. We're going to let the customers tell us what factions to do after book 2. Book 2, we got to do it now because of the lead time of production and whatever else. After that, as we build a fan base, they'll say, hey, we've read about the factions in their rulebook or on the website, and we'd really like to see faction whatever next. That's what's going to make our decision for us on what book 3 is.
Okay. Great. I'm just curious about the types of models. Are they plastic? Are they metal? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'm just curious,
Can I show you this?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
In front of the camera. So that's just this individual blister. Of course, you get in this box set here, you get 6 of these, but you can also buy them as individuals. Okay. So you can buy models to add to your free band. We also like them. They're proportional, and they are from a fantasy background. So we have a lot of folks that are role players that buy these because they fit their role-playing game and don't even play free bands. Right. So we also package them individually for them as well. So you can do it either way.
Great. And like, say I want to increase my army from this starter set, how many blisters are we talking to, move up to the next level? Or
well, the individual models that are just a model on foot like this, as opposed to a creature or a cavalry model, are $5.99. Okay. And your first, these original starter boxes come with 3 or 4 heroes. You can have a maximum of 6. So generally, your first purchase after this is 1 or 2 of the next heroes that you can buy.
Okay. Right. Great. I'm just wondering if you have any plans for digital development, meaning I know there's been a lot of talk of like interaction between miniatures and maybe a tablet device or things like that.
We very much want to do that. We're trying to find the right person to work with us to build like a tablet application that will make some of the game functions similar. We also obviously would like our background to take hold with people and have them get into that, and maybe we get into a conversation about online game or other application down the road. We're just This is our first release. We're all excited about that. It's like one step at a time.
Right.
But definitely we're very much interested in, and we're looking for the right person to take us that next step.
Great. Well, this definitely seems like, a niche that needs attention. I know that I myself posted on Board Game Geek a year ago saying I need a minis game that, I just want 6 models. I don't want, an army.
We're all skirmish game players. Obviously, we're very interested in that. Not that there haven't been great designs out there, but the combination of a design that we like, that is a supported game, where I can get to the designer online and ask him questions, where I've got an evolving background, it's not just static, it's going to grow over time, and where I've got support to the game in terms of free online downloads, and the company is behind it. Each one of those things is out there. Like Confrontation, great game, not currently fully supported. Mordheim, great game, went out of print, We wanted to bring all of that, and we wanted to bring it all in a package that it makes sense in this economy to you free to afford.
Right.
We're not going to ask you to spend $200 to get into the game.
Right. Great. Well, thanks for speaking with me, and this sounds like a really good product, and definitely people can check it out here. Will you be at Gen Con as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so people can check it out there.
And please come by.
Great.
Sure.
Awesome. So we'll look out for more from this. It looks really great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.